see, when I came in the music industry, I didn't want to lose.
Got your feel-good vibes.
99 FM.
Useless.
Ja, ons skiet met die geweer, ek ken nie. Gaan, laat jy eers gaan skiet. Ja, ek sê nie dat julle is heilige vier nie, gaan nie.
Jy kan nie swem nie.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to News on One. Here are your top stories. National Youth Service Guards delayed salaries blamed on client non-payment. Namcol and City of Windhoek partner to install traffic lights. 37 graduates complete joint initiative internship. African ministers called to action to manage water and sanitation. And round up, Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. Following delayed salary payments on the National Youth Service Security Guards, the service said they are going to engage their clients to find a solution to ensure timely payments of invoices and strengthen its revenue collection process.
This week, News on One aired a story regarding aggrieved security guards who claimed that they did not receive their full monthly salaries for the months of September and October. The guards stated that the late payments affect their financial obligations as parents and breadwinners. As a corrective measure, NYS Manager for Corporate Affairs and Marketing Belinda Hambire stated that the service is looking at moving the pay date from the 10th to the 15th of every month to allow enough time for the NYS clients to settle their invoices and for the NYS to collect enough revenue to pay security guards' salaries on time.
Having challenges collecting invoices. The clients have not been paying. Some of them, if they pay, they will pay later. So that obviously affected, in terms of the payment of the salaries of the guard. So what happened in August is that by the time of payment, which is the 10th, which was the 10th of September, they got paid. However, they only got paid 85% of the salaries because the money was not enough to pay the full salaries at that point. But as soon as we managed to get the rest of the money, which was less than a week later, the securities got paid the 15% which was remaining. That was now in August. And we are in September, we are in October now, and we are still waiting for the September salary. And it's exactly the same challenge where we are trying to collect the invoices, where we are trying to get the clients to pay. And of course, we are really struggling. And that is what is holding up the salaries, for the month.
Hamburi further dismissed some of the allegations that some guards face unfair dismissal and injustice when they speak out against the NYS. The spokesperson termed these statements as null and uncalled for.
Since we went into this agreement, YSS has not fired any security for any misconduct or whatsoever. So allegations that people are being fired, they are, they are malicious, to say the least, and they are really not true. We don't know where they are coming from, but as it stands now, it's that, our records proves that we have not fired any security since that time. And also, in terms of threats and all those allegations, we do have internal processes so that any employee that the security guards can follow to, of course, lodge a grievance, and of course, it will be followed through as per our HR processes, and we have not had any cases of that nature recorded as well.
Hamburi noted that they are in the process of collecting funds from outstanding invoices to effect salary payments latest by tomorrow.
Nivea Pearl and Beauty with pearl extracts for soft and beautiful underarms. Your trusted deodorant with the perfect balance of protection and care. Enriched with the power of pearls. Nivea Pearl and Beauty for soft and beautiful underarms. New Nivea Pearl and Beauty Black Pearl coming soon.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian. From protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
The city of Windhoek has partnered with the Namibian College of Open Learning on a 500,000 Namibian dollar project that culminated in the unveiling of new traffic lights at the entrance of NAMCO's head office at the Jetu Yama Center in Kadutura, Windhoek.
Through the public-private partnership, the two organizations each contributed 250,000 Namibian dollars towards the installation of traffic lights in the area, with the aim of regulating and ensuring the smooth flow of traffic, especially during the early morning and after work hours. Harold Murangi, the director of NAMCO, thanked the city of Windhoek for coming on board regardless of the cost involved.
Our gratitude goes to the city of Windhoek, really for keeping on a promise. They have indicated to us over the years that they don't have the financial resources, although they see the need for us to have the traffic lights at the interjunction between Shikongo and Independence Avenue. What is important to us, our stakeholders come first. Our learners, we are here because of the learners, and it has not been safe for them for so many years. We have heavy traffic moving in and out the campus, and I think this commissioning of these traffic lights is coming at the right time, really to protect the lives of our staff members, our learners, and all the key stakeholders.
Representing the city of Windhoek, local authority councillor Ivan Skrever urged the other institution to follow NAMCO's example and assist the city in any way possible.
I want to take this opportunity to really give my gratitude to the NAMCO, the director, the management, staff, and everyone for holding hands of the city of Windhoek. As I stand here, I'm standing next to an equal stakeholder of the city of Windhoek for this morning's officiating of this robot. I really want to urge all institutions, be it private, be it public, to really follow this example, to look around them and the surroundings and the community, to really see how and where they can come in to hold hands, to assist and to cooperate with the city of Windhoek This is a really good example because this robot is situated just right in front of NAMCO. If all other institutions, be it private or public, can follow suit and start as of yesterday to identify projects, areas next to them, around them, behind them, next to them, in front, to assess for the betterment of our residents.
The Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, in collaboration with United Nations Development Programme, UNAM Psychology Department and OPM, is hosting a training for graduates who underwent an internship program at the ministry.
The training equips graduates from institutions of higher learning on how to prepare themselves for job interviews and how to conduct psychometric tests, amongst others. Since the inception of the program this year, 57 graduates have been trained so far.
Just starting from the internship that just ended which I was actually involved in under the guidance of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, based on refugee management. To top it all, technical skills. I gained technical skills. How to work with a group of diverse people, how to contribute or work together in teamwork. I actually gained that, interpersonal skills, how to communicate and work with various clients.
So what we basically learned is that a lot of individuals have some level of uncertainty of how to progress with their careers, what to develop and how to go about these things. So we came here to give our expertise in basically in the industry and how psychology matters, basically with dealing with things such as youth unemployment, dealing with other concepts such as, career counseling, mentoring, and also just guidance on how they can expand on their career. So
UNDP Accelerator Lab Head of Experimentation said the training program is aimed at addressing youth employment, which can only be tackled by collaboration of institutions.
So as part of our experiment, the UNDP Accelerator Lab Namibia has collaborated with the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security in first putting up a career lab to basically work through what some of the challenges the youth who have taken up internships in the public service are experiencing. We ran this first iteration in August this year, and there was a call and a demand for it to be presented a second time. What we realized is that the two institutions couldn't go on this journey on their own, and we believed that we needed the assistance of other institutions to come on board to assist us. We reached out to the University of Namibia because UNDP Namibia has got a partnership agreement with them, and we believed that the psychology department really was one of the departments that we could partner with to be able to bring them on board, not only to assist us in looking at what careers would look like, not only in the public service, but to find an entry point as to whether there would be an opportunity for counseling, mentoring, coaching sessions to basically be developed and put together as a kind of lifeline.
There are data deals. And then there are Telecom Namibia data deals. And if you want the biggest data deal of all, you gotta get 31-day Jiva, which comes with a massive 50 gigs of data. Is it even possible to use 50 gigs of data in a month? You tell us. You also get 1,000 voice minutes and 400 SMSs. To get your hands on 31-day Jiva, dial *130*780# and enjoy a month of mega data. Whoa, that's a lot of data, minutes and SMS. How much is that? Must be expensive. No, it's only 185 Namibian dollars excluding VAT. T's and C's apply. Telecom Namibia.
Sharing the world.
Thousands have lived without love, not one without water. These were the remarks by Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kali Schlettwein, at the conclusion of the 13th session of the African Ministers' Council on Water Executive Committee in Windhoek today. The closing agenda of the session, which began on Monday, focused on launching an enabling environment for sanitation in Africa.
Schlettwein noted that the threat water insecurity poses to peace and food security could not be more obvious at this time, considering the disastrous droughts being experienced and the unaffordability of basic needs as the continent emerges from the COVID-19 pandemic. Schlettwein, who is also the president of AMCOW, called on the ministerial committee to urgently respond to the situation by improving the management of water-related disasters and creating investments to guarantee continental water security.
Collaborative efforts to boost responsiveness, preparedness, adaptation and resilience, and indeed to manage transboundary and shared water resources regionally are a sustainable pathway towards collective stewardship of the water resource and its effects on socio-economic development on the continent. We are called to action to ensure equitable availability of water for all purposes and for sanitation for all.
Rashid Mbazira, Executive Secretary of AMCOW, presented Schlettwein with a token of collaboration to signify that the committee agrees to adopt the meeting's agenda and honor the 20-year legacy of AMCOW.
Benefit from our community. I invite the AMCOW President to open this as a sign of launching the two books which we have at our temples, and for us to have a photo opportunity on that. Thank you.
Bazira added that the meeting agenda for the day was to ensure that ministers agree with the commitments brought forward to strengthen water security and sanitation in Africa.
We also need to report on the commitments that member states have taken on achieving water and sanitation goals in Africa, on bringing water and sanitation services universally to all, inclusively to all Africans at community level. It's not for us to celebrate declarations, but what these declarations mean for my mother at the local level. And that's what the ministers are here to decide.
Schlettwein concluded that the economic value of water is irreplaceable, adding that we know that no socio-economic development is possible without water.
Back in the day, Susie's phone used to ring like a hotline. She was the most popular girl in town. But since she did not register her SIM card with her mobile service provider, her phone does not ring anymore. She has tried to get something similar. She has tried this and that number, but it has never been the same. So now, she has a reputation of being a number hoarder. Instead of just registering her SIM at her mobile service provider and keeping her number. Excuse me one sec. Hello? No, this isn't Susie. Have you tried her other number?
Don't miss out on important communications like Susie. Register your SIM to keep your number. Visit www.cran.na.
The Minister of State for Energy Affairs in the state of Qatar, Saad bin Sharida Al-Kabi, paid his Namibian counterpart Tom Alwendo a courtesy visit recently. Among the matters discussed during the meeting pertained to the skills development in the Namibia oil and gas sector, shareholding structures, timelines and activities before possible production. According to the local mines and energy minister Tom Alwendo, Namibia aims to acquire assistance from Qatar to ensure the development of a national petroleum development strategy. The country also aims to have the best policies to ensure the effective management of capital that will be acquired from oil and gas exploration and production. Furthermore, Qatar will also assist in areas of environmental management. Saad bin Sharida Al-Kabi and his delegation also paid the Namibian president a visit at State House on the same day.
Welcome to Business on One. The Namibia Digital Nomad Visa introduced by the government this week will attract foreign professionals who are location independent and self-sufficient to live, work and travel hassle-free in Namibia for a period of 6 months. The Nomad Visa is an initiative by the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, NIPDB, in collaboration with the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security.
We did not invite the media, so if you finish your meeting with the media, then they would excuse us, then we'll start our meeting. No, when we started these things, we never called the media. The media was never part of our meetings. Because what we are discussing here is something to be resolved between you and us. I don't know now what the media will add to that.
Because the media was there, only looking for the information correct.
If you want, you can provide them information after the meeting. But as far as I'm concerned, if we are meeting with you, we'll meet with you separately. If you want to go to report to the media afterwards, do it. You are free to do so. We will not stop you from doing that. But to engage with the media, no, we do not want to do that.
The meeting between the Ochomuise vendors and municipality officials started off on an unpleasant note, as the officials refused to address the vendors with the media present. After 15 minutes of argument, the vendors gave in, and the media, as well as officials from the Health Ministry who came to inspect the market, were asked to leave. After the gathering, the chairperson of the group said the facility constructed by the city of Windhoek with funding from the German agency GIZ is not yet ready for the vendors.
You know, there's a crime here in the community. Our place is not yet secured. We don't have a fence. Number two, there's a basic water is a basic system. We don't have the water points here. Yes, the toilet we have, but the water points where the traders will be using, we don't have. Number three, the interlocks for healthy hazards for the food, we don't have. Number four, the shed in case of the rain and sun.
Another trader, 48-year-old Toini Shilongo, said the city's response in the meeting that there are no funds to set up a shade, a fence and interlocks is not acceptable.
We are not happy with it because of the condition. We are not happy at all, but because of the need I have a family, I have to put food on my table. I don't have a choice. Like me, myself personally, I'm having high blood pressure. The sun is too much for me. The dust is too much for me. I'm asthmatic. Even this morning, 5 o'clock before I come, I was not feeling fine. I was at the clinic before I come here. But still, I have to come and look for bread for my family. I have kids. I have responsibilities. What else can I do?
The chairperson described the lack of transparency from the city officials as shameful.
We have to be open to the public because this market is for the public. So the public must know of what is going on around the country. So there's nothing which is to be hidden about it. So we are not feeling okay because the media wasn't welcome by the representative of the city of Windhoek, which is very shameful.
The meeting ended with the vendors refusing to make use of the stalls until their demands are met. And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
Prevent cramps with Fabifarm's new MBA Cramp Stop. Developed to bring fast and effective relief from cramps in athletes, active people and senior citizens. Manufactured in Namibia, Fabifarm's MBA Cramp Stop contains a carefully selected blend of vitamins and essential minerals to prevent cramps with a full month supply of capsules. It's Fabifarm's new MBA Cramp Stop, your #1 choice in cramp prevention. Now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
You might be unprofessional. You might say things that you regret.
Your aim should always be to be independent.
I did not have an opportunity to go to for just 3 qualifications.
The National Youth Service security guards have for years continuously received half or late salary payments. Last month, the guards claimed they did not receive their full monthly salary, and according to them, this month is no different. Simon said as a state institution, the National Youth Service ought to treat their workers better. Travis said the guards are always on duty, but when it comes to payments, then it's a different story. Hambeleleni said, pay the employees on time because they have families to take care of. Ducker said, with such a practice, they will not convince private companies. Handy said the commissioner is a problem because wherever he goes, employees suffer. And that's it from Comments Corner. Please continue engaging with us on our stories for broadcast only on News on 1.
Husna Kukundakwe was the youngest athlete at the 2020 Tokyo Paralympics. The teenager hopes her confidence and her resilience will inspire young people across the continent to follow their dreams.
My name is Husna Kukundakwe. I'm 14 years old. I am a power swimmer and a Paralympian. I first started swimming, just playing around in the pool at the age of 3. But I started professional swimming at the age of 12.
Welcome back. And in sports news, the Namibia Sports Commission has announced its decision to postpone the MTC Namibia 3rd Edition Youth Sports Games. The event, which was slated to take place from the 11th to the 17th of December this year, will now be hosted in the 4th quarter of 2023. The Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator, Simata Muya, in a media statement, said it was not feasible to host the event in December due to unavoidable circumstances. Muya, however, said the postponement does not redirect the Commission's objective, which are to accelerate athletic development and promote the sports fraternity. He further stated that the time extension presents the Commission with an opportunity to plan for a bigger and better event in December next year. Muya also revealed that the project planning and timeline announcements are expected to commence early next year. That's all the sports we have for you. Please stand by for the weather forecast. We've come to the end of tonight's edition of News on One. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.
The International